Hey everybody, it's Amy Berger coming at you from my hotel room in Houston, Texas after day one of a Low Carb Houston. It is Thursday, October 24th, and I just finished practicing my talk twice. I'm speaking tomorrow morning at 9:15, giving a talk on ketogenic interventions for neurodegenerative disorders. So not just ketogenic diets, ketogenic interventions, and that will be on my YouTube channel eventually. I will do my own video on this stuff. I have a lot of videos to get to first to lay the groundwork before you'd be able to understand some of the stuff I'm going to say tomorrow. But anyway, I just wanted to check in and say hi from Houston. It was a great day, really some top-notch people here, and I am kind of stunned that I'm here, like pinch myself. Is this real? Am I here? Did I get invited to speak with the likes of, Nadir Ali, MD, Jeffrey Gerber, MD, Marianne Damasi, PhD, Eric Westman, MD, Jake Kushner, MD? I don't have those letters after my name. I have letters after my name, but they are not a doctor of anything. They're not a PhD. They're not a medical doctor. I feel so honored and privileged to be able to share a stage with, not only some of the luminaries, or who I would consider luminaries in our community, but that they welcome me as one of their own. Like, who is this random nutritionist? I don't know. And I get invited to speak. And life is amazing, guys. Life is amazing, because when I was brand new to this, my first blog post that two people read, and it was me and my mother, and maybe it was me reading it twice. I don't even think my mother read it the first few months. Never in my wildest imagination would I think that I would be invited to speak with these people and sort of put on their level, treated the same, given all the same, perks or whatever. And it's just it's really humbling. And I've met, several people have come up to me and thanked me for my videos. I had one lady who came up to me that said that the video that I did on keto with or without a gallbladder was very helpful for her, because she had been having a lot of the problems I talked about, like loose stools and really oily stools and bad digestion, from overdoing the fat without a gallbladder. And no one told her, hey, if you do keto without a gallbladder, you'll be fine, but ... you might have to, take certain things into consideration. That was the first time she knew about it. And I just, I had other people come up to me thanking me for my work, and boy, is that rewarding, but also I can't really think of the word for it. Motivating's not the right word. I can't think of the word, which is weird because I was an English major, and words, I'm a writer, words are, what I do, but to think, I work from home and I live alone. And so it's very isolating sometimes. It's just me and that computer, or me and the webcam. And you don't really know if you're reaching people. I kind of do, because you all leave very, very nice and supportive comments. And I know I don't reply like I would like to, but I do see your comments most of the time anyway. And to know that it does make a difference, that people do watch the videos and people do read the blog and they do learn. That's the thing, it's learning. The reason my blog posts are so detailed and they have references, and I try to explain the mechanisms, not just, oh, do keto and this gets better. Why does it get better? Why was it messed up in the first place? Why do I have PCOS? Why do I have a fatty liver? Why do I have erectile dysfunction? Well, I don't have erectile dysfunction. You know what I mean. Explain why the problem is happening and why keto or low carb might help. What is keto addressing that's going to fix this? And so it's just really gratifying. I think gratifying is the word I've been looking for. Gratifying to know that it does matter. What I do makes a difference, because if we've watched my videos, you know that I really lean toward depression. And so it's easy to lose sight of the end result of what I do. I'm just pumping out blog posts or pumping out videos or doing my day job, pumping out blog posts for other people, just to stay on that little hamster wheel to pay the bills and stuff. And it's very easy to not have a sense of like, does this even matter? Does anyone care? Am I just writing this because I like writing it, or are people actually being helped? And I guess the answer is yes. And so that's awesome. And I saw Peter Ballard said, he calls himself the sod father. He's the guy that talks about how, cow farts are not the cause of global warming, and ruminant agriculture is actually really helpful for the environment. And so we should be eating steak. We should be eating, lamb and venison and all that, because it's not the ruminants and it's not the cow farts. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Mostly I just wanted to check in, and the talks were very good. We had some talks by Dr. David Diamond's PhD, who really is heavily critical of the statin and LDL cholesterol thing, and I just think he's brilliant. I actually ran into him at the Atlanta airport. We had the same connecting flight, so we got to chat a while, and I've always loved his stuff. And we did have two sort of conventional cardiologists that were friendly to statins and friendly to the drugs called PCSK9 inhibitors, which lower cholesterol through a different way that statins work. But I respect the heck out of them for even coming, for even attending a conference where I hope they were warned that we would be kind of a hostile audience, very unfriendly to what they had to say. But in our defense too, in defense of the low carb audience that I was part of today, I think it was all really respectful, and nobody was out of line. Nobody was very, condescending. I think everything was respectful, as it should be. And let's see, what else? Priyanka Wali, Dr. Wali, W-A-L-I, MD, gave a talk about insulin, chronically high insulin, and sexual dysfunction. Well, didn't I write a blog post about PCOS and infertility? Didn't I write a blog post about erectile dysfunction and BPH, enlarged prostate gland? So nice to see all of that stuff being talked about a little more. And I don't know, tomorrow I'm speaking. Let's see, Amber O'Hearn, Carnivore Queen, is speaking. Peter Ballerstedt's speaking tomorrow. I don't remember who else. You can go on the website, just search for Low Carb Houston, and the schedule or the speakers come up. But it's been a good time so far. And the other thing I wanted to say is, and I think I've said this before about different conferences or different events, don't hide. Come as you are. So at Low Carb, looking around the auditorium today, all sizes of people, very, very, very itty bitty people who are super athletic and you can tell they just don't have a lick of fat on them, to very, very, very obese people. And guess what? I love that everybody's here, because we're all here. We're all in this together. We're all learning. We're all here to celebrate each other and bask in the glory and love that is low carb and keto. And, every age, I see people that look to be in their 20s or so, and people that could be in their 80s. So that's great too. It's really it's very inclusive. And I say that I don't want to get into a whole new can of worms at 8 minutes in, but inclusive, with the exception that we are very racially homogeneous, shall I say. We need to start reaching out to a lot of other ethnicities and communities that really need this information. There's some, ethnicities that are so extremely hard hit by type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome and hypertension and fatty liver. And I don't really see a whole lot of different looking faces and skin colors at these conferences. And that's really the one drawback. And I think it's the one place where we need to do a lot better. And, I know some people in those communities who are doing great work. We just need to have a lot more outreach to them and get a rainbow of people, a rainbow of skins in these seats. And maybe it doesn't matter, but I feel like I don't know. That's one thing that I do notice all the time, is we're very homogeneous. Let's just say that, in terms of skin color anyway. And this affects everybody. That's like I say about Alzheimer's. If we can say one nice thing about Alzheimer's, and we can say one nice thing about obesity or type 2 diabetes or cardiovascular disease or fatty liver, it's that they don't discriminate. These diseases don't discriminate on race, on color, on ethnicity, on creed, on religion. They decimate all of us. Some of us worse than others, but we're all susceptible, and so we can all be in this together. And don't hide. I've said in previous videos or on my blog that when I was heavier, I hid myself away from the world. I was about a size 16, 18 at my heaviest, and I really was so unhappy in my own skin that I walled myself off. You know how many nights I spent by myself as a college girl in the prime of my life? I should have been out living it up, having the time of my life on weekends, and instead I stayed in my room by myself, which is fine if you choose to do that because you enjoy that. I'm an introvert. I understand enjoying that. But in the nights when I don't want that and I'm doing it because I'm too scared to do anything else, or I'm too stuck in my own lack of self-esteem and my own lack of self-worth based solely on my physical appearance, then that's a shame. And I knew girls, I don't know. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. The point is, don't hide, because I hid and it sucked. And now that I'm not hiding, it's really fun. It's really fun to be out here talking to Dave Feldman and Siobhan Huggins from cholesterolcode.com, and talking to Peter Ballerstedt and Amber and Dr. Ali and just Dr. Nadia from the IDM clinic, and I saw Megan Ramos earlier, and Brenda Zorn. You don't want to miss this. Come out. Come as you are. Come as big as you are. Come as small as you are. Come as old as you are. Come as young as you are. And I'm going to stop rambling because this is 11 minutes. I just wanted to say hi because I'm at a conference. And let's see. I purposely got a huge lunch. They had a keto-friendly lunch at the cafeteria at the University of Houston Clear Lake where we are. It was like salmon and asparagus or something. I didn't really want it and I wasn't that hungry, but they also had a salad bar. And I got this huge salad bar thing, knowing that it would be my dinner later because I'd be really hungry. Because I wasn't going to, a group of speakers went out to dinner, but I was like, I'd love to join you for some serious Texas barbecue. That's where they went. But I have to practice my talk. I have to redo my slides a little bit. So that's what I did. But I purposely packed, extra food. And so I have some chicken and cucumbers, and the hard-boiled egg is all gone. I ate it all already. And so it's hard to see, I can tell, but smothered in blue cheese dressing. So I don't want to hear keto is hard to do when you travel, or, oh, I can't do this because of this, or I can't find food. You can find food anywhere, even at an airport. Or, I packed food. I won't move the camera around too much, but I had leftovers. Food does not go bad anywhere near as quickly as we think it does. So I had in my bag, left out unrefrigerated all day, a bunch of cheese in a Ziploc bag. I had a plastic container of leftover ground lamb. If you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen a tweet about it. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. It's okay if it's out for a couple of hours, especially if it's in a closed container. It's not getting contaminated with anything. And then you can just eat. Because they do have low-carb food at the airport, whether it's an actual restaurant where you can get a bunless burger, or you can one of those grab-and-go type places. They always have cheese, string cheese. They always have hard-boiled eggs. They have nuts. Sometimes now they even have the more upscale type of pepperoni or prosciutto with mozzarella cheese or something like that. It's expensive as hell, so why not just bring food from home? If you're in the U.S., you can't go through security with liquid, but you can go through with solid food. I've never had a problem. Bring a can of salmon, bring cans of sardines, no big deal. But that's it. My nice keto lunch/dinner that I'm about to chow down on now that I finished my practicing my talk. I regret not putting some crunchy stuff on here. That salad bar did have roasted sunflower seeds and roasted slivered almonds, which kind of want some crunch right now, and the cucumbers aren't going to cut it. They also had bacon bits and shredded cheese that I just didn't want, which I wish I had taken. Oh, well. I'm going to stop rambling. We're coming up on 1340 here. And I don't know, maybe I'll check in again from this conference, but hopefully my talk will go well. It's a new talk that I've never given to a low-carb audience before. And I'd really like to knock it out of the park, not only because it's a really important topic, and I think it's something that's going to be really educational and informative and kind of mind-blowing, I hope. But, there's some high-level people here, and I wouldn't mind making a good impression. So thanks for watching. As always, my website is 2itnutrition.com, and you can support me on Patreon to patreon.com/2itnutrition. What else? Go on my website, 2itnutrition.com. There's a tab that says Meet Me in Person. If you're on the mobile version, you just scroll through the menu and it says meet me in person. Or if you're on the web version, it says, there's a tab meet me in person. Because if you want to come see me at one of these conferences, I have a list there of all the appearances I'll be at. I'm already starting to fill the calendar for next year. I'll be at Low Carb Keto Salt Lake in April 2020. I'm going on an Alaskan cruise with Casey Durango in, I think, July 2020. What else? That's all I remember off the top of my head. There might be some more. I know there's more. Oh, Dr. Westman's Keto Retreat, Beaufort, North Carolina, January 2020. So, things are filling in. And that's it. Come to one of these conferences so we can hang out. Bye.